Today we will learn about cyber threats and security. Computer and internet have become inseparable parts of our life in multiple spheres these days. The booming technologies of the modern age have made our life much easier and more connected across the globe via interconnected networks. Nowadays we are connected to the internet by many means, that is, through computer, smartphone or tablet. These gadgets are used for storing personal information, online banking, online shopping, booking tickets, playing games, and connecting with friends over social media. Although networks of today have simplified the communication process and have provided great opportunities in almost all spheres, there are various types of challenges and threats associated with the use of these networks of today. These threats are known as cybercrimes. Let us first talk about cybercrime. A cybercrime is any illegal activity done through internet. Example, identity theft, where somebody can steal your email ID or password and use it to send fake emails to people containing false information about the product or winning a lottery, etc. Then there are credit card account thefts. Internet frauds like ordering goods in your name, extracting mobile phone contacts, etc. Forgery, that is, imitating documents, currency and objects of other people with bad intentions, harassing others, and mischief mongering. By sending threatening messages, all of which come under the jurisdiction of Indian Penal Code, IPC. Cybercrimes can be divided into three main categories. Crime against an individual person, crime against property, crime against an organization or society. Now let's discuss on cybercrimes against an individual person. The offences that cause or attempt to cause harm or threaten an individual come in this category. These crimes can be committed in the form of email spoofing. Spoofing means hoax or misleading. In it, a receiver of a message is fooled into believing that the message received by him is from a trusted source, which actually is not so. The message is bogus. When a user clicks on the link that is falsely provided by the sender, the malware or virus enters into the system of the user. Cyber stalking. In it, an attacker harasses a victim through emails, social media, chat rooms, blogs, instant messaging, etc. A stalker can be an online stranger or a person known to the targeted person. In cyber stalking, the person can harass and humiliate the victim by posting false information about him, monitor or view a victim's online activities, damage the victim's computer by sending viruses, threaten the victim or his family, order humiliating items or subscribe cheap magazines and deliver these at victim's house or workplace. Let's know the fact. Cyber trafficking refers to the serious crime of selling drugs, weapons and even human beings over the internet. Traffickers contact their customers through encrypted emails and fix their deals at places like internet cafes in order to sell their illegal substances. Some criminals even build websites for online selling and trade of these harmful commodities. Cyberbullying. It is an act of harming or harassing through information technology in a deliberate manner. This includes insulting remarks and threatening messages sent by email spreading rumors about the person, either by emails or social networking sites. Posting embarrassing photos and videos to hurt the person, derogatory remarks against the gender, race, religion or nationality. Let us know more. Defamation is defined as a communication that intends to harm or damage the reputation of a person, business, product, government, religion or nation. Let's talk about cybercrimes against property. In real life we hear of stealing or robbing of one's property. In cyber world also, criminals look for an opportunity to steal or rob through internet. They can steal a person's bank details and withdraw money from his account. Misuse credit card of a person, spoil the system of an organization through malicious software to gain access to it. Identity theft. It refers to the act of stealing and misuse of someone's personal information. It is a major issue for people who use internet for online shopping, cash transactions, and banking services. The stolen information generally include a person's name, date of birth, account number, credit or debit card number, ATM PIN, etc. This information is then misused to obtain genuine documents, new credit cards to make purchase, withdraw money, get passports and driving licenses in the victim's name. Hackers steal the information either through hacking the network that a person is connected to or placing a software unknowingly on a person's computer. Let's know the fact. Keylogger programs are used to check users' keystrokes and get important information such as passwords, etc. Phishing. It is an act of sending an email to a user misleading him to believe that it is from a trusted person or organization. The user is asked to visit a website in which he is asked to update or validate his personal details such as username, password, credit card details, etc. In this way, the operators of the fake website commit crimes in your name after stealing your identity. Let's know the fact. Wishing is the criminal practice of using social influence over the telephone system, most often using features facilitated by voice over IP, VoIP, to gain access to sensitive information, such as credit card details from the public. The term is a combination of voice and phishing. Farming. In this type of attack, a piece of malicious code is installed on a computer or a server, which misdirects the users to fraudulent websites without their knowledge in order to obtain personal information such as passwords, account numbers, etc. Let us know more. Social engineering refers to the psychological manipulation of people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. Now let's discuss on cybercrimes against organization or society. It is a planned and politically motivated attack to cause large-scale disorder in computer networks. This category can cause panic amongst the civilians. In this category, criminals hack government websites, military websites, or circulate propaganda. Transmitting virus. A computer virus is a program or a set of programs that disrupts the normal functioning of a computer. A virus infects or destroys data. Like biological virus, it enters into the host computer without the permission or knowledge of the host. The full form of virus is vital information resources under siege. The essential resources of a computer like memory, processing speed, data, and programs are hampered when a virus spreads into the system. Virus programs are self-replicating programs which continuously expand their reach by inflicting more and more computer files, resulting in loss of speed and destruction of data. Creating a computer virus and spreading it is a cybercrime. Almost all viruses are attached to an executable file, which means that if a virus exists on a computer, it will not infect the computer unless you run or open the malicious program. Let's know the fact. MyDoom is considered to be the most expensive virus in the world and in cybersecurity history, having caused an estimated financial damage of $38.5 billion. Types of virus. There are different types of viruses, but broadly they can be classified into the following categories. Boot sector virus. This type of virus damages the boot sector of a hard disk or floppy drive. A disk or hard drive comprises of smaller sections known as sectors. The first sector is called the boot sector. It holds the master boot record, which is responsible for reading and loading the operating system. Boot sector virus becomes active at the time of booting the machine and destroys the data in hard disk. Examples are disk killer, stone virus, etc. Program file virus. This virus infects the executable files of programs such as those with extension like .com, .exe, .obl, .drv, .sys, etc. These programs get loaded in the memory during execution. The virus becomes active in the memory by replicating itself and infecting files and other programs on the disk. with the intention of causing permanent damage or making them unreadable. Examples of this type include Sunday, Cascade, etc. Multipartite virus. A multipartite virus is a hybrid of a boot sector and program file virus that spreads in multiple ways. The virus gets entry into the computer system through some infected media and then resides inside the computer memory. After that, this virus moves into the hard drive, infect the boot sector, and starts spreading in the system by infecting the executable files. Examples are Invader, Flip, Tequila, etc. Let us know more. Bots are one of the most sophisticated types of crimeware applications that perform a wide variety of automated tasks on behalf of the cyber criminals. Polymorphic virus. As the name suggests, poly, many, morph forms. This type of virus exhibits itself in different forms every time it infects a file and changes its binary pattern to avoid detection by an antivirus program. Examples are Elkern, Marburg, Sattenberg, etc. Network virus. Network viruses rapidly spread through a local network area LAN and sometimes throughout the Internet. Generally, network viruses multiply through shared resources, that is, shared drives and folders. When the virus infects a computer, it searches through the network to attack its new potential prey. When the virus finishes infecting that computer, it moves on to the next, and the cycle repeats itself. The most dangerous network viruses are NIMDA and SQL Slammer. Macrovirus. A macrovirus is associated with application software like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. When opening the infected document, macrovirus gets loaded into the main memory and destroys the data stored in hard disk. These viruses cause a sequence of actions that get performed automatically when the application is started. Once a macrovirus gets active onto your computer, every document you produce will become infected. Examples are Melissa.a, Relax, Babelous, etc. Cyber vandalism. It is the creation of malicious programs to perform harmful tasks, for example, to physically harm a computer or any of its parts. Putting a malware on a computer that erases the hard drive data or steals sensitive information. It also involves editing the online content in a malicious manner so as to defame a website or disrupt businesses. Hacking. Hacking refers to an illegal entry into a computer system or a network. Hackers write or use ready-made computer programs to attack the target computer. Some hackers do it just for enjoyment, while others hack for personal monetary gains by stealing credit card information and transferring money from various bank accounts to their own, or stealing sensitive information and extorting money from some corporate giants. Child pornography. In this act, computer networks are used to create, distribute, or access material that has a bad effect on the mental health of underage children. The Internet is highly used by pedophiles, a person who is sexually attracted to children, to abuse children sexually. As more homes have access to Internet, more children are getting exposed to such material. Cyber squatting. It refers to the act of using the goodwill of a trademark belonging to someone else and to get benefit out of it. Forgery. It is an act of imitating or making a false copy of a document, for example, birth certificate, driving license, currency notes, checkbook, passport, postage or revenue stamps, and mark sheets, etc. with an intent to check an individual or an organization. Special software scanners and other devices are used to recreate these documents and proceed with the intended scam. Cyber extortion. It is a crime in which the victim is attacked first and then demanded to pay money to stop further attacks. Cyber extortion may be done by blocking the system source of the victim by some ransomware or DOS denial of service attack. Hacked emails are used to commit this crime. These fake emails force the user to click on some links that may install the malware. Cyber terrorism. It is used to conduct terrorism through the use of computers and the Internet in order to cause fear and panic. It causes large-scale disruption of computers, telecommunication networks, or information systems so as to compel a government or its people to fulfill some social, religious, or political objectives. Attacks on military installments, power plants, air traffic controls, banks, etc. are some examples of cyber terrorism. Let's know the fact. Cyber espionage is the act or practice of obtaining secrets from individuals, competitors, rivals, groups, governments, and enemies, also for military, political, or economic advantage, using illegal exploitation methods on internet, networks, software, and computers. Okay, now let us find out about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a collection of technologies, processes, and practices designed to protect networks, computers, programs, and data from attack, damage, or unauthorized access. It includes the use of antivirus. Antivirus is a computer program that is designed to identify, prevent, and remove viruses from a computer. It performs the following task in a computer. Scans computer files to look for known viruses from virus dictionary. Identifies suspicious behavior of any computer program which might indicate infection. Scans incoming emails which might contain virus in the attachment. Some popular antivirus software in use nowadays are as follows: McAfee, AVG Antivirus, Quick Heal, Microsoft Security Essentials, Symantec Norton Antivirus. Features of antivirus software. Full system scans. These types of scans are needed when you install antivirus software for the first time or recently you have updated your antivirus software. This ensures that there are no hidden viruses present in your system. Custom scan. It helps you to scan your system as per your requirements. Virus definitions. Antivirus software depends on the virus definitions to identify malware. That is the reason you get regular updates on the new virus definitions. Actions taken by antivirus. Antivirus software takes 3 types of actions whenever a virus is found. These are: repair it. The identified virus gets removed from the infected file. This is the best option usually. Delete it. The infected file gets deleted along with the virus. This option is used if virus cannot be separated from the data file. Quarantine it. When the antivirus program is not sure whether the file is infected or not, it separates out the file so that the virus does not spread. It is called quarantining. Firewalls. Firewall is a security system that protects your computer by preventing unauthorized users from gaining access to it through network or internet. It can either be hardware or software or a combination of both. It is implemented on the gateway of a network and follows a specific set of rules defined by the user or the network administrator. Based on these rules, it controls the incoming and outgoing network traffic. Encryption software. While transmitting data over network, we may lose data privacy. We can protect our data from unauthorized access by using the technique called encryption. Encryption is the process of converting your electronic data into a form that cannot be easily understood by anyone. Encryption software is used to produce the encrypted text called ciphertext. To read an encrypted message, it has to be decrypted with the same software on the receiver side. This process is called decryption. The software applications such as GNUPG or GPG can be used to encrypt data files and emails. Biometrics. It is the most safe method to give authorization rights to an individual. In biometrics, a person is verified by means of his or her unique biological or physical characteristics. It identifies a person by retinal scan, fingerprints, voice recognition, etc. These characteristics of a person are saved in a database. When a person tries to access the system, the new data put by him is matched with the saved data. If verified by the unique identifier, the person is allowed to access the system. Passwords. A password is a sequence of characters, numbers, and special symbols that a user is supposed to enter to gain access to the computer. It guarantees that the system is accessed only by the authorized users. To protect data and important information, strong passwords should be used. Backups. In computer terminology, backup is the process of making duplicate copies of data, which can be used to restore the original data in case of any loss of it. These additional copies are called backups. Backups can also be used to restore the files that have been deleted accidentally or corrupted by the virus. Let us know more. Clickjacking is a malicious technique of tricking a web user into clicking of something different from what the user perceived they are clicking on, thus potentially revealing confidential information or taking control of their computer while clicking on seemingly innocuous web pages. Cookies. A cookie is a text message given to a web browser by a web server. The web browser saves this user-specific data in a text file. This file is called a cookie. This file is later used by the browser to prepare customized web pages. A user is not required to fill the stored information every time he purchases goods online. Cookies are otherwise saved documents which can be deleted anytime, but they can produce harmful sequences if read by an unauthorized person. Hackers can use cookies to gain access to the user's sensitive information, which can be misused to commit further crimes. It is advised to delete the cookies periodically so as to avoid any kind of privacy threat, especially when working on public computers. Let's know the fact. A con man is one who exploits characteristics of the human psyche such as greed, honesty and dishonesty, vanity, compassion, credulity, responsibility and the thought of trying to get something of value for nothing or for something far less valuable.